what do you think of Antonio Brown saying he's not going to play, or he doesn't want to play without the helmet that he wants? Chris, what do you think of that?
Yeah, well, this is an interesting experiment, maybe, because I've never seen something that everybody ran out of takes on, and I'm watching people try to assign a motivation or a reasoning. I think sometimes we have to get good at just saying, I don't know. And I know it's not acceptable in the media because we're going to run this story until he puts his helmet on and takes the field or puts, a helmet that actually will protect his brain on and take the field. But I think a couple things. First off, great players get leeway. This is a lot of leeway. And obviously you heard Mayock. He seems a little bit fed up. But as a teammate, if I were in the locker room, I'd say as long as you're Antonio Brown week one and you're that first ballot Hall of Famer, who, by the way, the success of the Raiders, of Derek Carr, Mayock and Gruden's start, it all hinges on him. So you really want him healthy and there for week one, and you want him being himself. But, great artists, great football players, great musicians, they got to be a little weird, right? And this is one of his eccentricities, and they said that when he was in Pittsburgh, I heard he used to go home with his helmet. I actually heard you say that.
That's true. That's what I heard too, Chris.
Yeah, and so you got to be a little different to be great, I think, sometimes. And there's more often guys who are quirky who are great than not. So week one, just be out there and be Antonio Brown, and there's nobody will remember this.
Well, my issue, again, as I said yesterday too, in case you didn't hear that, is that what if he goes through the first 3 weeks, 250 yards receiving, just a mere 18 catches, one grab, and part of that might be just because, look, he hasn't had the timing down with Derek Carr. And you know how offenses are in the first couple weeks of a season, or just everybody, because preseason is nothing anymore now. So he might sit there and say this is the whole helmet. He can't get it out. He can't get his head, if you will, out of his helmet, or a helmet onto the head, and that's an issue. That's my concern here.
It is an issue, and if he does not play at his level the first few weeks of the season, he's going to be rightfully kind of scorched for that. So in playing this game, and I don't think it's a game to him, by the way. I'm not sure what it is, and I'm comfortable saying I have no idea. But I think that there's reason to believe he really might believe that this is paramount to his success. But what he's doing is he is heightening the stakes for the first couple of weeks of the season. If there's a hiccup, if there's some drops there, it's kind of like the Beckham thing where, he goes on the boat and people are freaking out because he drops a couple passes in Green Bay. I think it's totally fine. I'm not comparing the two strictly because they're two totally different situations, but they're situations where you do draw some attention. And if you're not at your best, people are going to be on you. And that's just the flip side of this coin. So if you're great, you get the leeway. I think he should get his situation straight. And, I mean, even if he just held out because he didn't want to practice as a teammate, he's that great. He's transcendent. He's generational. He's the key to our success. Ideally, would you like him to be out there and be a model citizen? Yeah. But if he can help us win football games, we won't remember it. Now, if he's not great, the media is going to be all over him about it.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.